So with our carries, we're going to have a lot of options. With any of them, you're going to make sure that you maintain nice, tall, upright posture. So you don't want to get into slumping forward or leaning to the side. More or less, you want to look as though you're not carrying anything, and then really challenge yourself with the weight of the carry or where you're positioning the weight. Ideally, a balance beam would be best because it's going to force you to be on the same line. We're going to increase the demand for stability, motor control, hips, torso, basically up through the entire body. Now, if you don't have one available, you can use the seam in a carpet. And it doesn't have to be heel toe, just make sure you're walking on the same line. You could lay down some tape, or you could also give a 2x4, and that's going to elevate you. It's always interesting, as soon as we elevate, it changes the game a little bit. So something like an 8 or a 12-foot long 2x4, that'll give you the same concept as we're using the balance beam. Now when we look at loading this, a ton of options. So we have our bilateral load position, bilateral in the catch position, and then regular overhead bilateral. And we can also go to unilateral low, unilateral in the catch, and then unilateral overhead. One of my favorites is to go with bottom up, where we're going to force your core and your coordination through the shoulder to balance the kettlebell. So we have bilateral bottom up, bilateral bottom up overhead, and we can do the same thing in a unilateral position. So unilateral at shoulder height, and unilateral overhead. Now, another way of doing this is we can really amp up the weight. So there's only so much you're going to be able to use if you're holding with individual dumbbells or kettlebells. So I go to a trap bar, and then I use a little bit of a pause step. So every step, we're going to pause and really force the hips to balance. So the trap bar is a great device because it allows us to load this a lot heavier than we're going to be able to trying to find dumbbells or kettlebells. You're going to get a lot of stability going on through the trunk and through the hips. So regardless of the variation you're using, make sure you maintain nice tall posture, look as though you're not carrying anything, walk on the same line, whether it's a balance beam 2x4 or simply a seam in the carpet, and then make sure you do walk backwards. So that backwards walking, it just adds another level of figuring out where your body is and maintaining stability and balance.